Greetings, Fortniters. This is JikkySef. We're going to play this match with Mandalorian, full Beskar. That's right, we got every piece of his armor. He's ready to go into battle. So we're going to go straight for the Predator at Stealthy Stronghold. That's my new favorite thing to do. Get the Predator, eliminate him, and take his cloaking device. The Klingons had a cloaking device on Star Trek. They never did a Fortnite Star Trek crossover, did they? Maybe they should beam those guys down. And yesterday, you guys might have seen the promo video, but we got the brand new Fortnite crew pack. And that features V. What's funny is at first I thought it was a Roman numeral, so I was calling her 6. But apparently, those are both letters, and her name is V. Alright, let's shoot down the Stealthy Stronghold here. Just took a quick peek at my quests. I'm gonna bypass those. I'm on a mission, and my mission won't stop until I catch a Maxon at the top. What rap song is that from? I have a pretty extensive knowledge of 80s and 90s rap music. Beyond that, I have no clue. There's Lockheed's Lighthouse in the distance. That was one of my favorite locations when this map first hit, at the very beginning of Chapter 2, Season 1. So my favorite place to land here is actually not here. I just didn't get enough juice on the glide. But why not? I'll scour this area. Don't forget to hit that underground bunker. You could access it from this structure right here. I just ran right by the opening. Alright, we're going to go to the Indiana Jones style area. That is my personal favorite part of Stealthy Stronghold. Reminds me of Disneyland, especially with the vehicle powered up by the generator. It's usually my favorite place to land. You'll see that in another match. And now we're on the eastern portion of the stronghold. Sometimes you could find a chest in this container. Who do you think was in here? Was it the Predator? And how come they let him out? There is the reboot van, in case you need that in a duos or squads match. Before I go after the Predator, I'd like to get my weaponry and some shield in order. A fishing pole would come in handy. There's so many fishing spots here. And I'd also like to get some brick. I find that building ramps comes in handy when fighting the Predator. For some reason he doesn't go up them. Thermal fish. That will come in handy for sure. And an SMG, because he comes up on you pretty quick and you gotta fire off as many bullets as possible. So an SMG is the perfect weapon. And I'll definitely take the thermal fish. Alright, let's move in for the kill. I love this area here. One of my favorite locations on the map. Hunter's Haven's pretty awesome too. And sometimes there's a chest here. Looks like someone got to it first. I wonder where they are. Maybe the Predator took them out already. I won't be needing a shockwave grenade. By the way, I went to Spencer's Gifts last year, and they had some Fortnite paraphernalia. They had a boogie bomb toy, a shockwave grenade, and a couple other fun stuff. They don't have them anymore. I was going to buy one for fun and make a video. They make so many fun Fortnite toys. I have a 12-inch Jonesy action figure. There he is. He came out from behind that tree. Alright, we're in stealth mode. As you can see, it doesn't help too much. His cloaking device can even cloak beyond the thermal fish. I'm surprised this doesn't pick up his body heat signature. After I finish the Terminator movies, I'm on Terminator Genesis right now. That's the 5th one. Boy, is that an awesome movie. They got all sorts of timelines intersecting. Alright, he's way up on that ridge. I want to watch the Predator movies next. I don't remember seeing the first Predator movie. I know it has Arnold Schwarzenegger. Here he is. He's right up on me. He got me while I was eating the fish. I got one lucky hit on him. Alright, where'd you go, dude? I took him out the last 2 or 3 matches. Almost got all the way with the match, but I actually backed into an opponent at the very end of the game. There he is. Snuck up on me there. I got a couple nice hits there. Yeah, I had a game where I had the cloaking device, and it was the very end of the game, and I actually backed up into an opponent, and he shot me. That was kind of a bad move. The cloaking device is great if you want to sneak past the IO guards. I've had them ruin many an end of the game. I had another game where it was just me and another opponent, and the IO guards gave up my position. Who here has had the IO guards ruin your game? When all 3 are firing at once, it's pretty hard to escape. Alright, so I want to point out something interesting here. When the storm comes, I think the Predator just disappears. He kept coming for me, but now that the storm has arrived, he's nowhere to be seen. Actually, he's hard to see anyways. So who's looking forward to the next season of Mandalorian? That's a pretty awesome show. Disney Plus is promising a Boba Fett spin-off show too. They showed the trailer on the final season of Mandalorian. That looks pretty awesome. It shows him, I think, where Jabba the Hutt used to reside at Tatooine. He goes in and shoots the current boss. Alright, I'm just going to do some fishing here and try and get a rift fish. That way I can get out of here. Got a whole bunch of good stuff. I should be able to stay alive for quite some time. The first storm is pretty weak. It only takes you down a little bit of health. So we're going to do some fishing. I was half-heartedly hoping that the Predator would come for me again. I really want his cloaking device. Got another thermal fish there. It's been a long time since I wore thermals. It was kind of cold this last weekend. 30-something degrees. I'm from Connecticut originally. I remember working outside when it was 0 degrees. That was pretty crazy. For some reason, my dad took a framing job in the middle of winter. So me, him, and my uncle, we were outside from October all the way to March, building a house in the snow. That was pretty crazy. Good times, though. I helped him build 2 houses from the ground up. He got someone else to do the foundation, electrical, and plumbing, but aside from that, he did everything else. Framing, sheathing, finishing, siding, roofing. All my carpenter friends will know what I'm talking about. If you've never built a house in your lifetime, you are missing out. It's a good time. Funny thing about building a house in the middle of the winter, we were building a 3-story house with a Victorian-style turret on the side. That's an 8-sided turret, by the way. And in the middle was going to be all the staircases. We were going to build that last. So you had this house framed, partly sheathed. Sheathing means to put the plywood on the side, by the way. Make sure it's pressure treated. Giving you guys some carpentry tips here. Pay attention. And we're still surviving the storm here, thanks to the fish. I apologize, this isn't the most interesting match. Had I grabbed the cloaking device, it would have been more interesting. I apologize for the distortion. My gaming laptop does that sometimes. To compensate, I turned the volume way low, but I'm sure you could still hear it. So back to my story about building a house in the middle of the winter. So sometimes it would snow in the middle of the build, so we would have to sweep all the snow off. And we did it into the center of the house. So there was a snow pile about 1 story, 1.5 stories high. Pretty crazy sight. I haven't seen the house since we finished the build, because while we were doing the roofing, I moved back out to LA, and my dad and my uncle finished the house. I gotta see what that looks like nowadays. I got my rib fish there, so I'm just gonna get a flopper or slurp fish, heal up, and then get out of here. Fishing is a tedious process. Sometimes you don't catch what you're looking for. Got a weapon there, can't eat that. Although I heard assault rifles taste good with ketchup. Don't quote me on that. And don't try that at home, kids. Who here is old enough to remember Ripley's Believe It or Not? Or even older, the show That's Incredible. They'd always say, don't try that at home, kids. Alright, that's enough. I'll eat that and we'll get out of here. Hopefully we could outglide the storm. So this has been a slow match up until here. Had a couple nice run-ins with the Predator, but nothing complete. No opponents. Surprised. As soon as I get out of the storm, though, the game's about to get interesting. I was hoping for something a little bit more exciting. I waited all season to get the Beskar for Mandalorian. I'll have to play another match with him. Something with a little bit more action for you guys. And I'm starting to grab footage for my next I.O. Elevators video. I got 2 good clips so far. I found the loot shark at Risky Reels. That was pretty funny, by the way. When the loot shark shows up in the I.O. elevator, it starts swimming immediately for water. And the other one was the Triceratops. That was pretty cool too. I just want to get a few more interesting things and then I'll put up my I.O. elevator video. And if there's any kind of video you guys ever want me to make, just let me know. If I feel like it's something I could pull off, I'll definitely go for it. The item shop is kind of a new thing still. I've only been doing it for a few weeks. Shout out to my main man, Jed Wien, who came up with the idea. He said, "Hey man, why don't you do an item shop video?" And I said, "Dude, that sounds awesome." Now when I used to be a teenager in high school, every other word out of my mouth was dude. It's pretty funny. It's like, dude, what are you doing tonight, dude? I was that guy. I was a long-haired teenager that listened to heavy metal. We used to dress pretty funny too, because it was the 80s. I think I used to wear spandex to high school, with bandanas, and fishnet shirts. That was pretty crazy. It was like I stepped out of an Aerosmith video right into school. I guess every generation has their crazy, youthful look. You guys got some nutty stuff these days. Tattooing your face? No offense, but in my humble opinion, I think that's literally the stupidest thing you could do. And then the other thing is wearing your pants sagging below your knees. I'm always hoping to see someone in a kickboxing fight with the sag pants look, or trying to run away. How far can you run if your pants are sagging like that? It's kind of comical. Someone should do a montage of people in fights with their pants sagging. What if Bruce Lee used to wear his pants sagging? Oh, that guy came out of nowhere. And that's exactly where I'm sending you. Imagine Bruce Lee versus Chuck Norris, and they're both sagging their pants out. Ooh, the boom sniper rifle. That's pretty awesome. Is that what Lexa gives you, or does someone else give that? I think she gives the storm sniper rifle. There's a couple of these sniper rifles that you can get from bosses where you could fire one bullet right after the other. Comes in handy. You could hit someone multiple times from a distant location. Alright, so this match, I really wasn't hoping for much. I was trying to get the Predator's cloaking device, and I couldn't do that. And then the storm washed over me. Somehow I survived that. Now, I'm not the best player in the world. I'm like your average gameplay. Sometimes below average. Sometimes I get lucky and I'm above average. But when it comes to surviving the storm, I think I've got that down to a science. Oh, the fork knife food truck. One of my personal favorites. I like to get the breakfast burrito here. I'm just kidding. I love a good breakfast burrito though, with ketchup. I'm one of those guys that puts ketchup on everything. Same with sour cream. I'm half Polish, a quarter Belarusian, and a quarter Ukrainian. Those are sour cream countries, if you don't know. So that's why I like to put sour cream on everything. Especially pierogies. I might have lost 99% of you when I said the word pierogi there. That's a Polish food. I grew up with that. Pierogi, gołąbki, borscht. A good comparative would be a ravioli in Italian, or a gyoza in Japanese. My wife is Japanese. It's like living in a Japanese restaurant. She is a master in the kitchen. She can make anything. It's pretty amazing. She makes her own sushi rolls too. One of my personal favorites is Japanese curried rice, or oyakodon, which is chicken and egg over rice with onions. Alright, let's get our head back in the game here. There's only 2 other players left, and again I apologize for the distortion. I don't always play on the gaming laptop, usually only Saturday and Sunday mornings, because during the week my daughter uses the gaming laptop for her school Zoom, and all other times my wife uses it to play Final Fantasy, and Raina and Kyle actually use it to play Roblox, and Kyle's been playing Battlefront 2, the Star Wars game. So it's pretty hard for me to get my hands on the gaming laptop. I usually just stick to the PS4. We have a Nintendo Switch too, but the controller's too small for my fingers. I gotta get one of those bigger gaming controllers. We might get the special Animal Crossing one. There's a lot of Animal Crossing going on in the house. You may or may not know, but my family is a video gaming family. Yesterday on Sunday, all 4 of us were playing all day. Video games all day. That's the way to be. Alright, there's only 1 other player left. So we're going to take Beskar Mandalorian here. Or Mandalorian with full Beskar. Still haven't figured out the nomenclature on that. That would be the verbiage on how to say it. I still gotta title this video, so I better work it out soon. Just like Missy Elliott says, work it. Back when my band AM Radio used to tour, I used to bust out into work it. People got mad too. Alright, got some good hits there. This is the end of the game, folks, in case you didn't know. I used to also break out into Nelly's Hot in Here. It's pretty funny. we would do a breakdown in the middle of one of our songs, and I'd just bust into another song. Sometimes I'd do Sunday Bloody Sunday by U2, or Time After Time by Cyndi Lauper. This is it, the final shot. You guys ready for this? I'm just gonna strafe, fire, and there we go. Victory Royale for Mandalorian with full Beskar. I was not expecting that. It was kind of feeling like a dud game there for a bit, until I escaped the storm. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope the narrative was interesting enough to make up for the lackluster gameplay. And again, I apologize about the distortion. Don't forget to support a creator, JikkySef. That's me. If I ever see you in real life, I'll buy you a plate of pierogies, and we'll call it a day. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, and may the Fortnite be with you.